to our Sunday morning service. We really appreciate all of you folks joining us. I'm going to be introducing Jay here at the Home Center, Reverend Jay Smith. He's going to be our speaker today, sharing with us a few memories of his, of a celebrated event that he recently had. I won't be a spoiler, I'll stop right there. Spoiler alert. But first we're going to have Dick come up and give us our opening prayer.
Thank you, Reverend Madge. From the Home Center Ministerial Team, Minister of Prayer, Reverend Joe Pinecoffer. Dear God, thank you for the divine message that we will receive from Reverend Jay this beautiful Sunday morning. We accept his message into our hearts as we learn to love and forgive ourselves, and will live by that truth and love and forgive our fellow man. For it is the miracle of God in Christ as love and light that performs the blessing of forgiveness in our world. And so it is. Amen.
Well, good morning. Today, we've been listening to about all the pandemic activities going on in the world. And all we have is sad stories about here and there and yonder. And I was talking over with Madge about we're fed up about here. I don't know about you and the rest of the world. But I found this is a time that I was forced to finally open the door to yesterday and really have a chance to savor it, because we have been so busy all the time. Busy. Events go and we never really see it in depth. We never feel it, sense it, because we're just too busy. And those of us who had the privilege of living 90 years, which is me, we have one that was so special that I'd like to reshare it with you. And that's why I have to bring Madge up here, because there are some parts of it I got so caught up in it that even now when I sit back and look at it, this may sound strange to most people. But in the family that I came from, we never celebrated birthdays. And the first birthday was when I was 35. I got a birthday cake, and I didn't even know what to do about it. I just looked at it and said, oh, that's nice. And everybody got offended. I don't know. But this one was one that just blew me out of the park. It started out with some humor, and I don't know where to start this in. Shall we start talking about, Madge? About you had a secret and you couldn't tell me about.
So first off, we're standing close because we're a group.
Yes.
Yes, we want to make sure we clarify that. We have lunch almost every day together, have Jay come over to our house, and he joins us for lunch, and we really enjoy that. So we're already a group, we're family. So now to launch off about your birthday. So we wanted to have a place that was large enough for the amount of people we knew that would be wanting to attend his 90th birthday. I mean, that's a big deal. So we were looking around. We had a lot of help from a very dear friend, and she was looking all over, found a great place, and we had to have insurance coverage. So I had to call up Jay and say, will you call the insurance company and get coverage on this place for your surprise birthday party? So now you have to tell when you made the call.
Okay. So I called my insurance agent, and this young lady, I've never seen her, was on the other end of the line, and I said to her, I need a certificate to send to this place that we have insurance coverage for my surprise birthday party. And she said, what? I'm having a surprise birthday party, but you already know about it? I said, yes. And she started to laugh. She had the greatest laugh you ever heard in your life. She said, I'll be back with you in just a minute. She gets up and she's walking around the office, picking up whatever she needs to do to send a fax to this place where we were having the birthday party. And she's laughing. And she comes over and she says, I can't get over it. You're having a surprise birthday, but you have to get the insurance. What else do you have to do? I said, I am not sure yet. But I'm supposed to look surprised when this all takes place. And now we get on to how we got it started.
How we got it started? Well, we had to invite him first off, of course. But he did know that there was something going on, but I wouldn't give him the details because there had to be some aspect that had to be a surprise. So we held it down. I can't remember the name of the building now, but it was a lovely building down there at the Mission Mill, and it just had a beautiful feel inside the building. It was just a perfect place, and all the details came together so wonderfully, and there's so many people showed up that I don't remember what our attendance was, but we had, I don't know, 60, 70 people, I believe, at least, maybe even closer to 100 people that came, and all wanted to celebrate Jay's 90 years and share with him the stories of what he had done to make differences in their lives. So what details am I missing?
Nothing much, you keep going.
So people just kept coming in, and they were all so happy to even see each other. A lot of people that were there hadn't seen each other in a lot of years. I know I had a lot of fun seeing people from
Yes.
many years ago, because I've been a part of Home Center now for well over 20 years. So there were people there that I hadn't seen for that length of time that showed up, and
Some came from out of town too.
some from out of state.
Yes, out of state.
Yeah, we had some out of state people come and celebrate with
Amen.
Jay.
We had
Yeah.
fantastic food. I don't know who put all that food together.
It was potluck food and yeah, beautiful cake. Yeah, we have a lot of good cooks here at Home Center, so when we can have potlucks again, you have to come because we have so many good cooks. So it was a potluck and all that yummy food and all those beautiful cupcakes. There was a whole pans and pans of cupcakes that people made too.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Yes, it was wonderful. And the decorations were fantastic also. It was, I don't know, a person who's been not exposed to birthday celebrations, when I first saw the room half full, I thought, this is overwhelming. How am I going to handle this? And then it kept getting more and more people kept coming through the door. And they had another secret they didn't tell me about. Everybody was kind of giggling about they're signing a book, but they're also giving somebody money. And I'm looking at what's,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so they had me sitting far enough away so I didn't quite understand what the heck is going on, but that's okay. And the food was good, but it's hard to define the energy of the room. It was so, if love is spelled that way, that's what I really felt, love. So completely, so totally. It was, like I say, overwhelming. And there was a couple of good things happen, and I'd like to kind of, I can tell you, I'll get it started and you get the rest of it going, because I can't remember all of this. We had Dolly Parton show up.
Yeah.
Dolly Parton.
Yeah, Parton, yeah.
Yeah.
And she came in and started in with her song and everything, and everybody knows that's my weakness because she's from my neck of the woods. She's an Allegheny Mountain woman who made it big in the big city, and I have a great passion for a person that can pull themselves together from being a sharecropper daughter or whatever she was out there in that wooded area, and to be here. And tell us about some of the things that.
Well,
she
first
did.
off, I have to say it was a Dolly Parton impersonator. Yeah, it wasn't the real deal, but this gal was good. She had a lot of courage and she pulled it off, and it really stumped Jay. He was just so surprised. He handled it really well, the center of attention with Dolly Parton singing different songs, and she lip synced a medley of Dolly Parton's songs. So it was really lovely. And then she did an improv, a metaphysical spin. So she had questions written in a basket that people pulled out, and then she would give like a psychic reading on that, and giving it a metaphysical spin, because she knew the group that she was entertaining. So it was a lot of fun, and she had us really laughing and really thinking about things. So the improv was wonderful too. She was great. The money at the door, I have to share with that, the money at the door was people donating to send Jay on a really nice vacation. What he's been wanting to do is a cruise, but on the Willamette, no, not on the Willamette, but on the Columbia River. And so we had all the money to send him in the first class, so he had plenty of room, wouldn't have to share. And so this was at the end of February, and then at the beginning of March, everything shut down. So he's still waiting to go on that cruise. He's got everything set aside. He's ready to go if ever they open up again, which they will. And so you have a vacation waiting for you, and it's a vacation of love because a lot of people donated to make sure that he could take a really good, nice vacation up the Columbia River. So that was very generous. People were so generous and excited to participate in that for you.
Yep. And another thing that happened that I've been known not to be a hugger. And I bet everyone that came that day hugged me. And I had to hug them back. And I thought, oh.
And he loved it. He doesn't think he does, but he does.
It was quite difficult from time to time to have that kind of attention or expectation. Some of these we haven't seen in 6, 7, or 8 years have gone by, and yet they left a mark both ways. And I'd like to share one that was really, one that was very special to me is 2 daughters came through the door and they said, I said, how's Dad? And they said, he's still with us and he's alive and well. And they brought him to me, about 8 or 9 years ago, and he wasn't very happy to talk to a religious man. And I said, I'm not religious. I was in the Navy and this guy was in the service. And I said, let's talk like just normal human beings. And we talked about his major surgery he was going to go through, and it's very life-changing. And we talked about it, and he started to get softer with me, and we kept moving it back and forth and listening to God's Spirit and realizing this man is wanting something to hold on to. And we spent over an hour just sitting there, walking back and forth, and finally at the end he said, would you mind on the day of your operation, I have a tendency to want to pray with people, and sometimes I visualize myself in the room. And I want to be there with you. I don't want you to be in there alone. I know they got doctors around, but they don't allow me family in, but they won't see me. My soul is going to come in to see the room. And he said, yeah, I'd appreciate that. And I thought, that's neat. So I knew the time and everything, went through the surgery, and one of the things that was going on it was that they usually use 2 quarts of blood to do that kind of surgery. And they only used a pint. They couldn't get over how easy the whole procedure went. And it was that sending the energy with God's healing and take care of him. And he was receptive to it. He was into it. And he's still alive today. And the 2 girls come up and gave me an extra big hug, and they said, he's still here. And we are enjoying him even more every day because he's glad to be here. And I thought, what a gift. What a gift that kept a family alive and going. And these are the things that was happening all day long. People reaching out and just taking hold and tell me about things that made their life different. And I guess a little...
Got a little mushy, didn't it? It touched his heart.
Yeah.
It was a very beautiful day.
And
everybody showed up with such graciousness.
Yeah, people come from out of town. My friends down from San Francisco showed up. And I just hope that everyone, once in their life, has an experience like that, because it's so important to realize we connect with people without even knowing we're connecting. And we're making a difference without even knowing you're making a difference. And sometimes we have to do tough love. And sometimes we can just do soft love. I'm usually accustomed to doing tough love because it's less feely stuff.
It's good for you to do
Yeah.
the soft love. He's
I-
getting softer.
And it's, I don't even know what else to say. That it was so, but what's really important about is, I'm walking through the house and one of those thoughts of that day comes into my head, and I sit down and I flip it over to see the real depth, what was going on between them two and me. And I don't know about you all, but I've been, in 90 years, I've been doing a lot of things. And there's some things that was like, for once, when I was 18, I went and got my grandparents who were 60 miles away. And I said, once in my life, I would like them to be with us at Christmas. And my parents said, but you have to go get them. So I drove and got them, and I brought them back. And then I got a Christmas gift that most people don't understand, but I thought it was a great gift. The police came and knocked on the door. That makes you raise up your thoughts, didn't it? But they said there was a tourist caught in our county because all the gas stations, all the businesses are closed. Would you help us? And I said, I'll do it. So I went up to the gas station, and that was at 11 o'clock. And at 6 o'clock, my father came up and said, what are you doing? And I said, I haven't shut off any of these 3 pumps. I'm pumping gas to everybody coming through. Nobody has passed us. In fact, we're about ready to sell out everyone. I never realized how many people were stranded out there, not able to get either home or get to where they were going to celebrate Christmas. What a gift. I got home and had a turkey sandwich, got in the car, and for another 2 hours I had my grandparents with us. And the other day I flipped the coin over. I'm always so grateful that they had that time with them, both ways, 4 hours. But they said something at the end of when they got out of the car. They said something and I didn't even hear it at the time. It didn't register with me. But they said, you know, we love you. This makes me want to cry. Because this is the first time we have spent Christmas with our own son since he's been married. All these years. So there's these 17, 18, 19 years we have not spent Christmas with him. What a gift. Thank you. And I would have missed that. And how many times we miss the rebuttal or the extra thing that is adding on. It's the whipped cream. And this is the time to think about it instead of thinking about having to be stuck home. I get a lot of space to walk around. And I got caught up in one of the things I used to joke about. I always wanted a house that had more than 3 rooms. Because if I got bored, I would just go sit in another room. Well, I got more than 3 rooms. And I think, oh, be careful what you ask for. You might end up with that problem. Going to have to sit in each one of these rooms around the place. Because you never think about taking care of them too. All the vacuuming and dusting and cleaning windows and whatever. I wish you all, the people that are watching this and all the people out there that are lost in this pandemic thing, stop, take a breath, and think about the love that made it possible for you to be here. The love of the Creator to bring a place for you to be in, a place to play in, the place to feel in. What does unconditional love feel like? We can talk about it, but here it is, being waved and given to you. And on this birthday, I have to say, there was so much unconditional love. It's like taffy.
You liked it.
Yeah, it sticks to your teeth, everything. And you chew on it and chew on it and chew on it. And that's what I keep thinking about, is the gifts that we give each other that are not material, but they're words, they're feelings. They live forever. The other stuff just comes and goes. So when you reach out and you touch someone and says, I care that you are here, that goes on forever. Wouldn't you want that kind of gift to be playing in their heart forever, instead of some of these things that we say, and we say, well, I apologize for being sassy or a little belligerent. So for that, I think I better
All right.
turn it over to you and say, thank you all for being with us on this first part of August. Let's do it with a sense of joy in our hearts and a sense of feeling of the past that we have forgotten about, and really get in touch with who you are. You are a God's creation to demonstrate what unconditional love feels like. Come join the party. Thank you.
Thank you, Jake. So thank you for joining us for our service today. We hope you found it inspiring. And we really encourage you to think about the good memories that you had and look at the underside of even some of the more unpleasant memories that you might have, and find the treasure, find the goodness in there, find the lesson, the soul growth perhaps even, and you can turn that into a really good gem. So if you don't have those best memories readily available, then find the gems in the ones that you do have. And then I guarantee you that the good memories will start coming back. They start floating in and you start feeling a sense of joy. So now is a good time to go back and visit those and to bring those forward so that we can go into this next phase of whatever we're going to be going through with a light heart and joyous memories. So thank you for being with us, and may you be blessed.
Arms around the world, around each other. Arms around the world, sisters and brothers. Arms around the world and we discover. Arms around the world, there is no other. So let us join in love and peace. A world as it was meant to be. And we will live here happily from the heart. From the heart. From the heart. From the heart. Peace around the world, around each other. Peace around the world, sisters and brothers. Peace around the world and we discover. Peace around the world, there is no other. So let us join in love and peace. A world as it was meant to be. And we will live here happily from the heart. From the heart. From the heart.